You know, Oppenheimer unfortunately had the misfortune of having a cheater on his team last week. That was kind of the biggest scandal we've had in the finals esports so far, as you know, cheaters in the upper echelons, or it's bound to happen, but no one thought it would happen that early. So good on Oppenheimer for being able to actually recover, find a new teammate, get everyone up to speed. You know, that it is big detriment, but not his fault.
Rezah was a dude exactly like you and I. He was an amateur. He wanted to go pro. Just couldn't make it. And I guess it's pretty damn evident by what we're going to see here today. We're going to show you the juiciest of juice, who this man is, who this man was, and what kind of legacy he left, and what kind of people he left in his wake, too. And it's absolutely wild. You almost talk about the guy like he's deceased, like he's dead and gone. But he is still very much alive, obviously. But I will tell you this. Any game that he competed in and people thought he was legit in is gone. Every Immortal 3 that he had in Valorant, that's gone. Any competitions he played in Shatterline, they're gone. His whole legacy's gone. And honestly, he'll have no opportunity to play anymore. And that's just a result of cheating, boys and girls. You're going to learn here. Don't cheat. Don't closet cheat, you know. You get caught eventually. Especially if you rat yourself out. What a goofy goober.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, sexy thing.
And just one more thing here. How the fuck do you have a .74 KD when you're fucking cheating, dude? Holy, that's terrible. There's generally a few common themes with cheaters. Some of them do it just to ruin, people's days, the ego. Some of them do it for money, monetary gain. And some of them do it for both. And that's exactly what Rezah was. He would shit talk constantly in Discord all the time. This was during Scrims, and even not during Scrims, he would shit talk. Now, this TikTok account lines up exactly with the names and the games he played in the ranks. However, I can't 100% definitively prove that this is his. All this came about simply because this guy wanted to be a pro finals player. So let's go ahead and jump into exactly where Rezah started off trying to become a finals pro. And we're going to find out almost the same day that he started scrimming, he posted a damn Yelp review for the cheats that he was actively using.
Yeah, that's chocolate.
That's good shit.
It's pretty easy to scrim when you're cheating. Pretty easy to be the best. Maybe next time, just don't make it so obvious. This is Rezah's very first post in Gotchi Rivals Discord, and this generally gives us a timeline of when he started scrimming. His first week of playing alone shot him up to number 2 with 68 kills, 56 assists, and 19 deaths. That's a 6.8 KDAR, which is wild. That is top tier, and frankly, that puts him among some of the best players that the finals has ever seen. I figured I'd just sit here and look at his, his leaderboard standings. Is there anything sus about this, or does it look good? And there's one thing that piqued my interest, which could be a leaderboard error, but I mean, he was cheating, so we'll never know. If you look at his assists, he has 86 assists, which is nothing to be that sus about. But when you look at next week, that's what matters. This man went from 86 assists to 403 in the matter of 5 games played. So unless he got 317 assists in 5 games, I don't believe it. So the first thing anybody generally does when they find someone sus is they just look up their name in quotations. That's going to give you an exact search and only that spelling all across the internet. And it was no different with Rezah. I found this and I thought, okay, this could be pure coincidence. This doesn't really mean anything by itself. It could be any Rezah in the world. And I did find multiple different Rezahs. However, this is the link that absolutely killed him. What kind of cheater would go and literally post their Discord saying you're selling your Skyrant license? Apparently not a very smart one, because everybody knows if you're going to cheat, don't sit there and post your Discord. That's one of the worst things you could ever do. I figured, hey, why don't I go ahead and look into this said Rapid Bunny 22? Maybe he's got some things in common, maybe he doesn't, but it's worth a look if I'm trying to find someone that a lot of people have sussed in this community. If you look on Rapid Bunnies 22's posts, you're going to find cheats for Valorant, Shatterline, Call of Duty, and even the finals. That was the most recent reviewed cheat. Now, if you're more curious as to look at exactly what he's posting, commenting, and trying to see the exact kind of stuff he was doing, you can go ahead and just pause the video. I'll just warn you though, there is quite a bit of stuff to look at. This wasn't even the only website that he was on. He was also on a totally different cheating website, which I'll just post here. And this is important because you're going to notice something that he loves to do. He loves to do the scam. He is just a fiend for it. And frankly, that's the whole reason he got caught.
I told you not to use that language around me. Okay?
Do not redeem! Do not redeem! Do not redeem the card!
What?
Do not redeem the card!
Yes, I'm
Do not
redeeming the
redeem
card.
the
I'm
card.
redeeming.
Even on this different cheating website, let's go ahead and look at a few things on this post. The name is the exact same, Rapid Bunny 22, and he even linked his Discord here, Rezah1337, which we can refer back to the old cheating website and link these two. Jumping back to the first website, the first cheating website, I'm going to bring up the very first post of his. That was a post for the finals. So I went ahead and looked into this, and as you would have guessed it, it is definitely a cheat. ESP, everything, the whole shebang. Now I went ahead and removed the cheat name because I don't want to spread it. Now take a look at how much this costs. This is an absolute insane amount to pay for cheats. This man was legitimately paying about $54 per month for this cheat. I don't know about you guys, but that could pay a bill, and I'm not going to pay to fucking cheat in a video game. I got better things to do, man. Especially if you're trying to be good and go pro, dude. You're never going to win at LAN tournaments. You're never going to win at anything outside your own basement-dwelling computer. Well, this is what he had to say about it. He absolutely loves the aimbot. That's the creme de la creme, best of the best. But the ESP, not quite what he was looking for. You know, 7 out of 10. Not that good. Notice the date, too. This is only 2 days before the first scrimming post in KR. Shortly after finding this, one of my friends sent me this picture of AVM, which is supposedly a spoofing, kind of cheating Discord server. And this man literally had it connected to his main Discord. If you're going to cheat, you got to do better than that, man. There's no way that you can't expect people to find this eventually. I figured, hey, he posted something for the finals, so there very well may be a common theme here. Let's just take one good look back at Rapid Bunny 22's posts. Maybe there's something more. As I said before, he loves a scam. And what does he want to do? He wants to sell a Valorant account on this website instead of the old cheating website. And let me tell you, when some people get scammed, especially cheaters, they get pissed. And they're going to do anything that they can to get back at you. And there is one thing that this cheater did that ultimately exposed Rezah. And what is a worse way to get exposed for being a cheater than one, attempting to scam someone, and then the guy that got scammed posted a YouTube video of your face and you left it up. You didn't delete the thread. What in the world? Alright, boys and girls, let's play that game. That game of Who's That Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Bro, how are you this dumb? How are you going to leave the thread up that has your face all over it for scamming? And to beat it, he literally said this was his profile and him. He totally gave it away. I literally asked the guy directly, said, "Yep, that's me." Okay.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
All I could think of when I found this really short video was caught. 100% dead to rights caught. You could not get caught any more than having your fucking face connected to the cheater account. Just scamming. And you know what they say, right? Karma's a bitch. It's gonna come back to you. What goes around comes around, buddy. And as much as scamming a cheater is kind of funny, there's still definitely an element of karma in this. What do you think Rezah's first response was to do? Was it to go, oh, I'm going to get in front of this, I'm going to apologize, you know, I'm going to go and talk to these guys and tell them how innocent I am? No. He starts going to the cheating website and just eradicating his posts. And little does he know, you can still Google search these posts today. Like if I take one of these posts that I have in this video and I quotation the things that he said, you can actually find some of these still. So this guy is in absolute damage control now. He is doing anything he can to try to get away with it. Absolutely anything. So I figured, hey, you know, I was already talking to his teammates. Why don't we get him in a call and see what he says? You know, his teammates are there. I'm there. Let's see what he has to say. Needless to say, this guy did not show up. However, now that his teammate's here, I figured I might as well ask him some questions, and he was more than willing to respond and try to clear the air, so that's what we did. What was your reaction to Rezah being called sus all the time and starting to see a little bit of this evidence start to file out?
I remember what sucked the most was looking back on the DMs that Rezah gave me like some assurance on, because like I really heard him out, because like, he sounded very bothered at the time when people were pressing him about, and he kind of like, he was pretty heartful about it, and I was like, I hear you, man. Don't worry, I got your back. I'll look after you. Like, I've seen this shit happen before, and, you know, sometimes it ends up being, like, just this stupid goose chase. When I look back at the DMs of, like, those kind of things, I felt like, damn, I really gave this guy a lot of trust. I don't know. That was pretty shitty, just kind of, like, chewing on that for a couple of hours.
Was there ever a time that you suspected Rezah of cheating? I know you said that people have been sussing him for a while, but there was no real proof.
When we first started playing, not at all. He was initially playing heavy at the time, and he did what a heavy would like average, like do on average, but he wasn't like incredible at the game. So when he switched over to medium is when he was like, hey, you haven't even seen my medium yet, man. Like, if you want to keep playing, like, let me try out on medium. I'm like, sure, man, like, go for it. And that's where he like actually like really started to play the game well. When the accusations rolled in, like over Discord and a couple of streamers, I can't remember all their names at the top of my head, they were doing some clip reviews on him, and there was some split indecision amongst the community. I remember tons of people were in the Discord call at the time. Rezah wasn't present. But I remember like it was 50-50. A lot of decorated players from other games and esport titles, they were saying like, nah, he's not cheating. He's just got a beam on him. He's just got good aim. A lot of people who were on the other end of that beam and that aim were saying otherwise. So it's pretty mixed. I just know that there are some people out there who are built like that, who are just crazy good on the game they hop onto. So I kind of gave Rezah that benefit. Like I just kind of treated it the same way. I was like, I've seen this before. Everything's fine. I shrugged things off pretty quick. I remember the only time I think where the suspicion started to creep in was when I had the moment in the Discord call, I think on another accusation point. They were saying like, you're his teammate. Obviously, you're not gonna really know. He's not the one beaming you. So in that moment, I was kind of like, okay, you know what? That's still a valid point. I've never been in a situation where a cheater has gotten away with anything. It always bites them back at some point, whether it's sooner or later. My thought process was, okay, you know what? If there really is that possibility that it's cheating, I'll watch him. We'll see what unfolds from this. There's a lot that he could do between now and later down the line, now that he has, heat on him, that he's got a bunch of eyes on him, and it's equally my responsibility to do the same thing, especially if I'm going to be his teammate, his IGL. I think that's kind of where it's set in. I know that was a long-winded answer, but I hopefully that gets the point across.
I know at one point, Rezah was having some problems with his computer and he couldn't get into the game. And apparently it's all because he was cheating in the Finals Grinders Discord and he wouldn't show it to them. He refused to show his screen.
I remember at some point, Rezah was complaining about some kind of error code that he was getting. And we talked about this in hindsight with some of the grinders in the FG cord, that maybe he was thinking that something like this error code was picking up his cheats, and because he was pretty panicky about it, like he was he wasn't taking it like nonchalant. So I think that might have prompted him more so, if anything. But I definitely think, I mean, I don't really know what he was thinking, but yeah, it easily could have been because he knew he had heat on him. Wiping his computer was probably something that followed pretty quick after that thought process. I want to say it might have been the day after, or maybe 2 days after. I don't think it was like immediate. I don't think he like instantly hopped out of a call or something and said, "Yo, BRB, wiping my computer," or anything like that.
Now, I absolutely know what the next question's going to be. What did he say when he was confronted? And you're absolutely not going to believe it. He didn't say, "Oh no, I didn't cheat. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. That my brother got my computer." It was more something along the lines of, "I'm being replaced with a fucking Martian and the CIA is involved." Well, checks out to me. I'd like to say a quick thank you to Deviox for sending me this picture, because Deviox was actually his friend. And Deviox cannot stand cheaters in any sense or way. And he cut this guy off completely as soon as he found out this. And they've been friends for years. And the one thing about like his teammates, Rezah's teammates that were playing Kachi Rivals and everything, and even Deviox himself, it's not even just about the cheating. It's almost like a funeral for like these guys when something like this happens. Because you not only lost your teammate, you lost a friend in a lot of these cases. And again, big shout out to Deviox. Go check out his Twitch. It's DevioxTTV if you want to find it. And he actually has the full VOD of us putting all this stuff out there right away on his channel. So if you want to see what it originally all looked like, you could do that too. TLDR version of this fucking Dr. Seuss novel. Rezah apparently has a guy that has been following him and stalking him for the past 6 years, following every game he plays, trying to get him banned, stream sniping his lobbies. It's absolutely wild the things that he has come up with in this fucking Dr. Seuss novel, man. He is trying everything to get out of it. And he's like, okay, I'll use third-party anti-cheat software if you want. But what's the point anymore? You've already been confronted and confirmed. So where is Rezah now? I cannot find him on Discord. I cannot find him anywhere that's active. But there is one place, which is his home away from home. And you guessed it, on the cheating website under the name RapidBunny22. He still currently remains active on this website, and he even posts, but I'm fairly certain he deletes right away now. He does not leave anything up.
I'm not going to be able to dissuade what people think. I could just, let people know I have nothing to hide. I had no clue that this happened, or at least was happening in the works. People are going to think what they want to think. And in regards to, so I hold nothing in regards to that would weigh me down. But I would say if there's like something that I could take away from all of this and to let someone out there know who maybe is in my position or wants to be in my position and wants to look into, competing at a top level, be diligent. Like be aware of who it is you give your time to and who it is you give your energy to. Obviously, a lot of this was discovered in hindsight after the fact. The only thing I think that I made a genuine mistake on in any of this was I brushed things off pretty quick. And in a scene like this where you have a lot of, opinions and circulating negativity and even positivity to some degree, it has a big influence on individuals if you're included in those topics. Things like that could ruin someone in my position. At least some people can say things irresponsibly in a way in order to avoid those situations, because obviously you're not going to be able to, in my position, I can't change that. I have no control over that. But what I do have control over, and hopefully other people can understand, be aware of, who you're giving time to, especially if they're on your team, and if you have any sort of say or power to ensure that the game that you love and that you're passionate about and that you're choosing to compete in doesn't get compromised by someone who is willing to only look out for themselves, who is to be selfish and compromise and jeopardize someone else's shot, their teammates, coaches, analysts, whatever. Stay away from that kind of energy. Surround yourself with the people who have a good competitive integrity and who are looking out for you and the community as a whole.